The purpose of this podcast is to educate and inform. It is no substitute for professional care by your doctor or your qualified healthcare professional. Never disregard or delay professional medical advice because of something you've heard on this podcast or in any linked material. Guests who speak on this podcast express their own opinions, experience, and conclusions. Dr. Shirley neither endorses nor opposes any particular opinion discussed on this podcast. The views expressed on this podcast have no relation to those of any academic, hospital, practice, institution, or other entity with which Dr. Shirley may be affiliated.
Welcome to Forever Fab, the podcast on fashion, the art of living, and all things beauty. This podcast is curated by Dr. Shirley Madhere, MD, as the definitive source of holistic wellness through beauty.
Welcome back to part 2 of the Forever Fab podcast with my fabulous guest, Joyce Bonelli. Joyce, how do you currently or in the past manage the celebrity of your success? Because clearly you are now, for the longest time, a big, bold name. So how do you handle all that?
Oh my gosh, that's so interesting. You know what? I don't see it as being celebrity, but I have worked with such amazing talent that their fans become so obsessed with anyone around them that's working with them, that especially people that touch their face. So I don't know, it's kind of fun, we'll be out somewhere, I'll be with my kids and we're at the pizza place down the street from our house and someone will say, can you have a picture? Or they'll yell. And my oldest son's always like, do you know that person? No. He's just so what is this, It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But the craziest time that I've had someone recognize me was in the south of France, in Saint-Tropez, at a tiny little gelato, tiny cart, this girl, she's speaking French, and I didn't know what she's saying. And at the time, I'd wear red lipstick every day, and my hair was short and real wild and crazy. And my friend was like, "Oh, she knows who you are." I'm like, "Oh yeah, she probably thinks I'm Lady Gaga or something." No. And she goes, "Where's Kim? Where's Kim?"
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
So it is interesting. I just always started out wanting to be behind the scenes. Yes. So never in my life even thought or desired, for that matter, that I would have recognition of people recognizing me in any way. So it is kind of funny at times.
Yeah.
I do just love on social media. I love to I love shock value. So I think it's just more about the fun that I have behind my posts or my amazing cute kids or I don't know.
Yeah, your posts are definitely fun and vibrant and fierce and just fabulous. They're fabulous. They are really fun. Now, you are a wife and a mother of 4. How do you balance family life, being an entrepreneur, celebrity, success, makeup artist? How do you do it all?
Well, actually, I'm so happy to announce that I'm a single mom.
Okay, congratulations on that, if that's appropriate.
Amazing. I'm so happy. It's the best that has happened to me in the last 6 years.
Okay, well, he served his purpose, and now here you are.
We have 4 children together, and God bless our family. I'll leave it at that.
Yes.
But yes, the balance is not always easy because, a lot of women ask me, how do you go about the guilt factor? If you're working, you're missing your kids and you feel guilty, or you're with your kids and you feel where's my career? And I think that I'm definitely someone that has been able to experience, a really full career
Yeah.
before kids, because I didn't get pregnant with Zeppelin, my oldest, until I was 30, and I had already had like such a career and experience, that with each pregnancy, I had completely different experiences. And with Zeppelin, it's like I went on tour with Nicki Minaj for the Pink Friday tour my entire pregnancy. I came home 4 days,
Whoa.
popped them out. 3 days later, I was at the VN. Like, it was insane because it was just
Yeah.
go go. And then with my twins, that was a difficult delivery because they ended up in the NICU for like 5 weeks. So it kind of
Whoa.
part in my career of just like, you know what, I need to slow down,
Yeah.
just like focus on my family. I didn't even care about people's eyelashes for fun. No one even reached out to me because it was so traumatic at that time.
Of course.
They're so healthy and perfect and amazing now, and nothing
Yes.
just at that time, And
Yeah.
then my daughter, who is now 2, I got to really spend the quality time as a mother, not working, and just for 6 months, like I had her by my side the whole 6 months. I slept, she slept right next to me. I was
Oh,
I got to do like just all of that and not worry about working. So when people ask me, I feel like it depends, like the answer for like, how do you do it? And I don't know, for me, like my mind is going, 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 going. And so actually with my daughter, like she would wake up at 3 in the morning and want to, feed. I'd be feeding her at 3 a.m. But for so long, I get up at 3:30 in the morning anyway,
yeah.
have my time and the quiet, before going to an early call time, or now it's like before all the kids are awake. So, I'm answering emails, the clothing line that we have, like, we're working with people all around the world. So the time zone is different. So there's always emails to be answering and whatnot. And then I just started to do um, the same with developing my business plan for my makeup line and the launch of the skincare. So it's like I'm always working, in my mind
Yes.
at work, or I'm like breastfeeding. I'm a workaholic, I guess I'm trying to say. So, I think that with every experience that I've had, and they're all so different, like I said, you just got to do your best and follow your heart, like what is right now,
Yeah.
And for me, like 4 years ago, I got into a custody situation over Zeppelin. And, I was being attacked that I work too much and travel too much with work. And so I was advised by my attorney, you're going to have to stop working. And so I did. And it was a very traumatic time for me. It's what a lot of everybody went through as far as the whole pandemic. I helped a
Yeah.
lot of my friends that are different artists in the industry, whether they're hairstylists or makeup artists or stylists, like really going through it. And I was like, yeah, I completely understand. And this is like steps that I did, because that's what it felt like to just suddenly stop working. And
Yeah.
I also am so thankful for the time that I had with my kids. I would work on different projects, of course, like I'm saying, like I developed a whole entire makeup line that I'm not even going to be working on the manufacturing for like a year from now. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's never easy, and I think you just gotta roll with it. That's what I do. I just roll with it and make the best out of whatever um, is in my hands at the time.
Sounds like a good plan to me, sister. Now let's give a shout out to your kids. What are their names? Zeppelin.
Zeppelin, Raz, Kalel, and my daughter's name is X.
Just the letter X or EX?
Just X.
Love it. So shout out to Zeppelin, Roz, Kalel, and X. Fabulous. Now, what do you predict for the future of beauty? If you could make any predictions, if you had a glitter crystal ball, of course, what would you predict?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Thank you.
Well, I guess I don't know. I think that the prediction that I would have is that beauty never dies. And we're all seeking for a little enhancement for whatever it is that you're doing. Even I've had the most like granola natural girls like that want to hate me so bad, like sit in my chair and go, what can you do about my brows? You know what I mean? Like it is just human nature to want to feel good, want to present yourself in a certain way or whatever. Um, and I just feel like, of course, it's never going to die. I think that um, for a long time, I really wanted the YouTube type makeup to really tone down.
You think?
Yeah, that's my thing. I was like, I really just want more just chill, like maybe, I don't know. I love a monochromatic makeup. So I'm not like necessarily like the biggest fan of like so many like colorful makeup, but there's a time for everything, of course.
Of course.
Like just going through the pandemic, it kind of just made everyone take a huge halt on everything. And I just thought it was so interesting how I myself was tripping, like not being able to get my nails done, not being able to get Botox. And it's so crazy that like towards the end of like really finishing off like the facelifts for that matter, like it was the perfect timing because I'm like, oh my God, it really works so well for like the fine lines and wrinkles and like tightening a bit. And it's like, it made me start thinking, people that don't have access to Botox because it is, or maybe you don't want to put that in your body.
Yeah.
Because what it is, I was like, wow, this product is really genius for this time. And I feel like it kind of just put us all like a halt, right, in our tracks. And like, what really matters to me, I'm like, I get where people are like, oh, none of this beauty stuff matters or whatever. To me, like I said, I think that we all desire to feel good about ourselves and present ourselves in whichever way we decide. And I think it's so powerful that, hey, if you want to put tattoos on your face, run with it. If you want to put glitter mask and wear that to the grocery store, go for it. If you want to wear nothing but you have gorgeous brows, you just use like a gel. Oh my God. I'm like, what is it called? The gel like setting,
Yeah.
Gloss, gorgeous. Like do your thing. I just think for me, makeup and stuff has always been like to divert attention, right? I'm always like, okay, the more stressed out you are, put more lashes on. Or
I love that.
have zero time so you look like you did something, and I just feel like for beauty, like it's just never gonna go anywhere, but that people are gonna be like more refined, I believe, in this next like year, especially, I think.
Yeah, I would agree with that. More or anything goes, right? More refined on one end or just anything goes on the other end. But I agree. I think people are going to just really be more into doing their personal whatever it is.
Like refined and like running with whatever it is, like having like that more of like a power behind the why they do something.
Yeah, more purposeful, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Now, what do you do for self-care?
Ooh, okay, so so something like I can't live without is lash extensions.
Yes.
As a mother and a working mother and someone that doesn't really just like love to stand in the mirror and do makeup for 9 hours. It's the biggest, best cheat ever. So you just wake up and you're like, whoa, I'm so great already.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, I did like microblading on my eyebrows. So I'm totally into like 5 minute and run out the door, So the lashes, the microblading is so amazing for just to kind of frame your eyes and then your face. Your eyebrows are so everything, and so are lashes. And then you
Yes.
away with just throwing on, depending on what kind of skin you have. Like I have rosacea, so I need a little bit more coverage than just like a tinted moisturizer. But I just put a little bit on, and then I'm just all contour and a lip liner, and that's it.
Fantastic. Now, I know you have your favorites, but if you had to choose one, absolutely one beauty product that you cannot live without, what is that one?
Ooh.
It's a hard one, right? When you have like cabinets full of stuff.
I know. Okay, so now, to be honest, it is my serum for the guys.
Yes. Okay.
I can't live without it. It's honestly like, especially at this time in my age, and like I just love it. I put it on my elbows, my hands, my feet. Like it is absolutely everything. I can't live without.
Great. So your next set of SKUs is going to be a bigger bottle for full body, and the same with the glitter mask. I mean, if you're going to glitter your face, why not glitter your chest, your décolletage, the arms? I mean, it could be a whole outfit.
Yeah.
Yes. Last two questions, my beautiful Joyce Bonelli. This one is called the Fast Five. So I'm just going to give you two options, 5 sets of 2 options, and you just tell me the first thing that comes to mind. Okay? Okay, the first one. Too little or too much?
Too much.
The second one. James Bond or Wonder Woman?
Ooh, I love a James Bond.
The third one. Early or late? I think I know the answer.
Early.
Number 4. Friend or partner?
Partner.
And the last one. Cash or Bitcoin?
Ooh, right now, cash.
Okay, and the last question. I can't believe our time together is coming to an end, at least this time.
I know. There'll be another time for sure.
Thank you. I'd appreciate that, and I would look forward to it. So this last question is like my signature question, okay? Like you have signature looks, I have a signature question. And the signature question is called the Fab Five. And it is, what are your top 5 recommendations for living a beautiful life? And I'm going to write these down because we're going to post them every single day.
Oh, wow. I love it.
Thank you. Your top 5 recommendations for living your most beautiful life ever, Miss Joyce Bonelli. Let me have it, sister.
Okay. So
Number 1.
Wake up with gratitude.
Excellent.
Number 2, make yourself smile always.
Great.
3, have lots of babies because they bring so much happiness.
And enjoy the process of doing so.
Exactly.
If you're going to go that route. There's so many ways now, right?
Step 4, have lots of sex.
Yes, number 4.
Have lots of creative sex.
Oh, yes. I like that. I'm going to modify that. Have lots of creative sex. Okay. And number 5, beautiful Joyce.
Wow, number 5. It's so much pressure.
Take your time. You can make it as anything you want. Anything.
For me, it's being close to the ocean or the sea.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So be close to the ocean, out in nature, right? Beautiful.
I'm the most plastic nature girl.
What's wrong with plastic? I love plastic. It's what I do for a living, for crying out loud. I always say plastic fantastic.
Oh, I feel like that.
Plastic fantastic. Oh my goodness, Joyce, this brings us to a close. And our interview has been so fun. Thank you so much for your time, for your energy, for your positivity, for your creativity, for your Fab Five recommendations. I am so honored to have met you virtually. I look forward to being able to solidify that in real life, in real time, one of these days.
Yes, same. Likewise.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much. We'll talk soon, and we're definitely going to do makeup next time.
For sure. I look forward to it. This brings us to our close of this week's episode of the Forever Fab podcast with my guest, Joyce Bonelli. The entire Joyce Bonelli Cosmetiques line can be found at select Walmart stores and at walmart.com. I've got mine. Go get yours. Be sure to follow Joyce on IG at Joyce Bonelli and at Joyce Bonelli Cosmetiques Skin. As always, if you like this episode of the Forever Fab podcast, please share it and subscribe to the feed. Listen to past episodes or check out who's coming up next on foreverfabpodcast.com. If you enjoy listening to the Forever Fab podcast, get more audio and visuals with a membership through Patreon. Choose the gold, platinum, or diamond tier for premium added content, special co-hosts, lifestyle videos, branded merchandise, and private access to my clubhouse. Please visit patreon.com/foreverfab. For general holistic beauty tips or to set up an appointment with me to discuss your personalized options for leveling up your beauty, go to elementsandgraces.com and contact me or sign up for my newsletter. And for an online e-consultation on time, anytime, and on your time, visit clickliftbeauty.com. That's click-lift.com for your wellness, plastic surgery, and beauty questions on the go. And if you don't want to go anywhere or leave your home for your next maintenance, look out for Jet Set Beauty RX, offering mobile aesthetic medical services such as injectable fillers and multivitamin facial treatments. Jet Set Beauty RX is coming to your neighborhood soon. Thank you for listening to this week's Forever Fab podcast episode. Until next time, stay beautiful and fabulous inside and out.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Forever Fab, the podcast on fashion, the art of living, and all things beauty, curated by Dr. Shirley Madhere, MD. Live beautifully and help make the world a more beautiful place.